Good, mo- Good morning, everyone. This is Abhay C. Deshmukh, Assistant Professor in English. I am participant in FIP 17, organized by UGC HRDC Center, Kumail University, Nainital. As an assignment by Dr. Deepak Bishla, today I am going to talk about William Shakespeare. We have so many questions. Who is not from literature background. They tend to have many questions about who is William Shakespeare. So let's find out who William Shakespeare actually is.
Well known, the Bard was an English author of famous plays about a lot of different things, and he lived during the Elizabethan era. But why is Shakespeare considered such a great artist? Born in England in 1564, he started his career as an actor and playwright as a member of the actors group the Lord Chamberlain's Company, which would later become the King's Company. They played in several theatres until they eventually built the famous Globe Theatre, their very first own stage. As there were only male members in the company, every role had to be played by men. But that
So that will be enough to tell some basic things about it. So William Shakespeare is considered to be one of the best authors, one of the best, or sometimes the best English dramatist who has written so many dramas. He has written tragedies, comedies, tragicomedies, comic tragedies. Those who are from English literature background may know the difference between tragicomedies and comic tragedies. So yes, he is one of the best English dramatists till date. He has written so many plays that we can count them down to 37. As you can read from this chart, that he has written so many plays, and even those who are not from English literature background might have heard or known about some of these titles. So yes, of course, Romeo and Juliet, we all know. We all know about As You Like It. We all know about Julius Caesar. We all know about Hamlet, perhaps. The Tempest, one of the best. Henry VI, one of the best. So these are some of the plays written by William Shakespeare. Apart from plays, he is well known as a poet also. His To Be or Not to Be, that comes from Hamlet. It is basically a soliloquy. Is one of the best known pieces of literature, of poetry in the whole world. So what is To Be or Not to Be? It is the soliloquy. Let's hear a bit from it.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life.
So here is Prince Hamlet, the rightful king of Denmark, who is outraged as his uncle has killed his father, the king, and married his mother. So he is more outraged because his mother has married the man who has killed his father, and he is even more outraged as Ophelia, who is his lady love, her father is also accomplice in this plot, in this murder. So you can see, to be or not to be, that is the sole question before him right now. So why he is known as one of the best dramatists? So the lines are before you. You can judge them by yourself. Uh, Now let's move towards sonnet number 116. He has written around 154 sonnets. Some of them are dedicated to his friend, who is mentioned as W.H., perhaps William Herbert. Some of them are dedicated to his mistress, who is vaguely mentioned as a dark lady, and two of them are not clear to whom he has mentioned them. So the sonnet number 116 is uh, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds." Now let's listen this sonnet in the voice of Bernie Sanders.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when an alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Was not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved.
So now can you see why Shakespearean sonnets are known as best sonnets? So there are Shakespearean or English sonnets are basically 14-line short poems which are divided into three groups. The first group that contains 4 line, 3 paragraphs are known as quadrants. So 3 quadrants, and the last 2 lines are known as couplets. So whatever the poet is building his argument in first 12 lines, he just makes an solid exclusive conclusion in the last 2 lines. Now in the beginning, from the very first line, Shakespeare is talking about true love, how everything, universe converges in bringing the two lovers together. So he says, let me not to the marriage of true mind admit impediments. So he's basically talking about true love. And the last 2 lines, which are known as couplets in literature, he says, if this be error, he's basically saying that if I am talking wrong and someone can prove it, I will I will go to the extent and say that I never write, I have never written, or no man ever loved. If these lines are not true, then there is no true love. The true love does not exist in this world. So you can now see why Shakespeare, how passionate he is about his love, how passionate he is about his creed, that is writing about love, how passionate he is about his writing, and how passionate an actor, an artist, a person, a human being, he might have been in his time. So William Shakespeare is, we had started our discussion with the argument that he is considered one of the best dramatists, one of the best literary artists in the world. Some people might say that there is a theory that William Shakespeare knew small Latin and less Greek, so he might have forged his records. He might have forged his writing. So for me, let's not just go into that matter and settle with this sentence that William Shakespeare is one of the best authors that can be studied